What brings you to a music festival?
I'd recently won a contest via the radio that granted me a ticket along with a backstage pass.
Okay.
For a meet and greet VIP after the concert had ended. So I drove separately to meet up with my friends and stayed about an hour and a half after the concert before I was preparing to leave.
Okay. Now, Miss Sutton, you put on music festivals.
Yes.
Tell me about them.
Sure. I've been in the music and entertainment industry for over 20 years. We do loads of outdoor festivals. They're always sold out. They're very popular. As a matter of fact, all the radio stations love them.
All kinds of music?
With them. Absolutely, all kinds of music. I oversee and I manage all of the logistics of the venue, the artists, the parking, and all the surrounding public areas.
So from the piano to the portable toilets, you manage it?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you're getting all kinds of people, but pretty much some of the things are the same. People have to use the bathroom, right, at a festival?
Absolutely, which we provide as a courtesy to our attendees.
Okay, you ever had a problem with your portable toilets before?
Never.
So, Mr. James, tell me how this happened.
Well, Your Honor, I was staying after the concert about an hour and a half. As anyone else would, who was granted a backstage pass. I was hanging out with the band, enjoying myself. Had a few drinks, yes, had something to eat. So as I was preparing to make the long ride home, I elected to use the restroom and a portable toilet that was placed right near the parking lot. As I entered the portable toilet and attended to my business, I was sitting on the toilet when all of a sudden I heard a truck fire up.
Okay.
And I'd noticed
you heard the engine of the truck?
Yes, sir, that is correct, Your Honor.
Okay.
Didn't think anything of it at the time. Figured they were leaving the premises, doing their job. Noticed it getting closer before I noticed a loud thud. Okay. Immediately knew it was occurring. Dreaded the situation as I saw it happening before my eyes. The portable toilet topped backwards, slamming into the ground. I immediately snapped my neck, whipping my head into the ground, which caused the concussion. I was covered in not only human waste, but also this blue chemical from the portable toilet. Head to toe, in my mouth, in my nose. It was mortifying. If you can only imagine, throughout the entire days of this festival, the entire night, you gotta think I was one of the last ones there with my backstage pass.
So the toilet was full.
The amount of human traffic that had entered into that toilet before I entered in it. It makes me want to throw up just to imagine, as you can see. Constant human traffic in and out of there before I'd entered.
That's a lot of folks.
That's correct.
And a lot of use.
That's correct.
I have to admit this. There have been times I've been in one of those portable toilets and I see that stuff down there and I say, what if you fell in there? I guess it's no longer hypothetical. This stuff was all over you.
This will be the last time I ever use a portable toilet in my life, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Sutton, obviously you want folks to use the portable toilet.
Yes, of course.
How do you protect against somebody pushing it over and knocking it over?
Well, we've never had that incident, and as you can see, they're situated on a level ground.
Okay.
I wasn't advised of the situation until about a half hour after it occurred, although it's very unfortunate that this happened to him, and we're extremely sorry, but we didn't do it.
Well, but this isn't his fault. You're not saying this is his fault. He was simply trying to make a deposit, right?
But was
Sounds
he?
like she is, Your
But
Honor.
was he? He was there long after that concert and the festival had ended.
So he talked about being there with the band. Why'd you stay so late?
No one told me I was supposed to leave the premises, Your Honor. I had no one warning me of any time I needed to leave. I had no one warning me that these portable toilets were in danger of using. So to my knowledge, they were there for the use of the customers, as they always were the entire day.
Well, doesn't most of the people leaving kind of give you a clue it's time to go?
I was enjoying myself.
Your Honor,
It's not every day you win a contest like this, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I was using my right
However,
with this VIP backstage pass.
Your Honor, I've submitted
ma'am.
as an exhibit our concert schedule. It's our official schedule showing that the concert ended at midnight.
Yes, ma'am. Let's take a look
And
at it
this
here.
gentleman here, this incident took place at 2 a.m.
This is the concert call sheet, so people try to stay on schedule with this, right?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
11 p.m. is final set, and then 12 a.m., that is midnight.
Yes.
Wrap, strike, venue. Is that when folks are supposed to leave?
Well, that's about when the meet and greet is, 15 minutes max. Those artists are tired. They played all night long. They do a quick picture of the handful of people that had the backstage pass, and they are out of there on their road. And by 2 o'clock, all my people are gone.
You know what's odd about this case is that there's a 911 tape in the file. I think we ought to hear it now.
911, what's the address emergency?
Yes, but just have a man just run up butt naked. I mean, he's butt naked.
Okay, we'll get him out there.
They don't want to leave. They got no choice if they'll run him over. I'm just standing about 50 yards away, but the people don't want to move enough. He's butt naked.
I got you.
Now, Mr. Taylor, you were that butt naked guy, right?
Yes, Your Honor, I was.
Okay, well, let's get into the legal sauce. Tell me how this thing happened.
Your Honor, it's honestly a crazy story. I love the beach, I love the water, I love to unwind after a stressful work week.
Okay, so on this day, you're trying to go to the beach.
Yes, Your Honor.
So what happened?
I got to the beach, I was swimming, it was a beautiful day out. All of a sudden, a riptide came up, stuck me right under. My swimming trunks ripped right off.
Okay, now things got interesting, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a full-blown panic.
So then what do you do?
Once I got out of the water, I stepped foot on that shore. I had one thing in mind, and that only thing was I need to get home.
Now, how far away from home are you now that you're standing on the beach with the family assets
2 blocks away.
And Ms. Martin, you remember this day that your car struck Mr. Taylor?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what were you doing that day that put you out on the road?
Your Honor, I was going to choir practice. For 25 years, I've been going to choir practice. I know the road.
Taking this same route?
Every day, Your Honor.
You know this route like the back of your hand?
Back of my hand, nothing different.
So, Mr. Taylor, you are standing on the beach. You're trying to figure out, how do I get from point A to home butt naked?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a firefighter. I have to be held up to a certain standard.
Yes, sir.
I can't let people see me like that. So the first thing that crossed my mind was, I have to get out of here fast. I was running, took the alleyway. Thank goodness there was a garbage can there. I looked inside that garbage can, and thank God that there was a paper plate.
A wise person once said that the mother of creativity is necessity. So this was necessary, right?
This was necessary. In all seriousness, I
Yes,
was scared. I just wanted to get home. So I proceeded to take that plate and I put it over my private areas.
Okay, and then what did you do?
I ran.
Now, Ms. Martin, you can understand that kind of panic trying to get home, right?
I understand, Your Honor.
When you're butt naked, right?
I understand the urgency, but he just running and dashing in the middle of the street. He didn't look left. He didn't look right. You know,
Ms. Martin, that's a good point.
You know,
Mr. Taylor, tell me this. You get the plate, you start running, now what happens?
I'm running, butt naked. People should see me, right?
Okay.
It's a 2-lane spot.
Yes, sir.
The first lane, I have my hand up, the rest of the traffic slows down. That's when I proceed to go into the first.
And you're this way with the plate on the spot. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good deal.
She came speeding. I didn't even have time to see her. I couldn't hurdle over or nothing. Bam! That hit me, sent me 20 feet in the air. That's when I came crashing down, landed right on my tailbone.
Now,
I broke my coccyx.
Now, Miss Martin, you see that this young man was hurt.
Yes, Your
I
Honor.
imagine some little piece of your heart goes out to him.
Yes, Your Honor. Again, it's not my fault. I didn't have enough time to react.
Because she was speeding.
I was not speeding.
Mr. Taylor, you submitted a diagram.
Yes,
right?
Your Honor.
Could you come over here to the monitor and explain how this happened?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now, probably obvious, but what's you?
This man holding the plate is me, Your Honor.
Describe what happens.
Back here would be where the beach is, Your Honor.
Okay.
This green area down here would be where freedom is. That is my house down there.
Okay.
Now, the only thing stopping me from getting to my destination was this road.
So this is a little bit like a human game of Frogger, right?
If you want to put it that way.
Okay, you were the frog.
Yes, Your Honor.
The butt-naked frog.
Unfortunately.
That's right.
Okay, and let's take a peek at it.
This is me. I wave my hand, car stops, next car, boom, 20 feet in the air.
And it knocked the plate right
It
off
knocked
the
the
screen,
plate,
right?
so now
See, Your Honor, he just
I'm
jumped
at my
out in
most
front of me.
vulnerable.
Miss Martin, that red car is you, right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And Mr. Taylor, that blue car is the one that saw you and stopped.
Yes, Your Honor, she was God sent.
Okay, and Miss Martin, you didn't see him until you hit him.
I did not. I didn't have time to react. He came out like a bat out of hell from nowhere.
What were you looking at?
He had things jingling and tingling, and I was like, I was surprised.
So tell me what brought you to the park that day.
I work about a half-mile from home. Okay, at my dad's pizza shop. I help make pizzas. It's a family-owned business.
Okay.
You know, they've had it open since before I was born. You know, I take an electric scooter to work every day, and I'm an avid selfie taker. I have about 20,000 followers on my blog right now. I think it's important to know because I'm able to monetize now. And, you know, you get enough followers and you can kind of help out businesses by taking a selfie there. You know, just a few months ago, I took a selfie in a hotel lobby, posted it on their website, and then they gave me 50% off for the weekend. So
selfies can be profitable.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what brought you to the park that day?
Well, I was just taking a leisurely ride, and it's a beautiful day, sun's shining, birds chirping, families are having picnics. Okay, other electric scooters are there. I mean, it's a busy area. I stop to take some pictures, and as soon as I do, I lower my phone, and I see this horse and carriage just charging straight towards me. The horse looked like it was in full gallop.
Pulling a carriage.
Yes. I scream at the top of my lungs to get her attention. I yell, "Stop!" And that didn't slow her down at all. She didn't do anything.
Did you hear that, Ms. Foster?
No, I didn't.
Did you see him?
Yes, I saw him.
And not a split second goes by before I'm completely trampled by this horse and carriage.
Now, Ms. Foster, you remember this day, right?
Yes.
Before your horse impacted Mr. Caesar, what brought you to the park?
We were just doing our normal rounds in the park like we usually do, and all of a sudden, I see there is a man on a scooter and he's directly in my pathway. So, of course, I pull up the reins, I've hit him, he screams, I have the wherewithal to jump out of the carriage, I run over to him,
Okay,
I'm concerned about him.
Let's stop. So, Ms. Foster, you were driving that horse and carriage?
Yes, I was.
How long have you been doing that kind of thing?
Well, I've been doing it for the past 5 years. Prior to that, I was a school teacher.
Okay.
I taught 4th grade math. I love the outdoors. I love horses. I started very young around horses. I had a colt and broke it myself. And so when the opportunity came for me to rescue Bella, I jumped at the opportunity because...
Bella is the horse?
Is my horse, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so you
My
know
rescue
Bella
horse.
pretty well.
Yes, I do, yes. And
So
I brought
you remember this afternoon when you're in the park?
Yes.
And you were in the horse and carriage?
Yes, it's my job. I drive the horse and carriage around the park.
Is this Bella?
Yes, that's her. Isn't she beautiful?
Yes, she's a beautiful horse. So you're making your rounds around the park. Is that what you normally did in operating this carriage business?
Yes, that's my job.
Do
in the
you
park.
charge people for taking a ride?
Yes, I do. I charge, and I also can get tips.
Now, you said we when you were referring to operating the horse and carriage. Do you refer to we because it's you and Bella?
Yes, we
Okay.
are like this.
Well, I've never had a horse. I've had some big dogs.
Yeah.
But never had a horse.
She'll give you a run for her money.
I imagine. So, Mr. Caesar, tell me about seeing this horse coming at you.
After I yell stop, not a split second goes by before they just trample me.
Now, are you standing on the ground or on your scooter?
I've got one foot on the scooter, one on the ground, taking a selfie. And so I don't have the means to get out. Even if there weren't a scooter, I wouldn't have been able to move. She was just that close, and she was going that fast with that horse. I black out after that, wake up in the hospital. I don't even know how long after that. Didn't remember anything in between those times.
I don't gallop the horse in the park.
So what did you see when you first noticed he was near you?
All of a sudden, there's a guy on a scooter, and he appears in front of our path. And so, what am I going to do?
Well, let's go back. You said you're doing your round.
Right.
Now, that's going around the park, right?
Right, right.
Now, are you doing those? I know the old Pony Express commercials, right? That thing is moving. That thing is grooving, right?
Well,
are
not
you
going
moving
that.
and grooving in the park?
No, we don't go that fast. We never go
She
past
was
a
that
trot.
day, Your Honor.
We never go past a trot. We don't gallop. I mean, if we have passengers, of course, we're not going to scare people and, start clipping it around the park at all.
So Bella and you are in a nice trot, and then you see Mr. Caesar.
Yeah, next thing you know, he's right in front of us. He's in our path.
Is he standing still or is he moving?
No, he's taking pictures of himself. What do you think he's doing?
Does he seem to notice you?
Nope, he's oblivious because he's got the headphones on and he's taking pictures of himself.
No, they were around my
Now
neck just like they were today, Your Honor.
So you're out there with headphones on and taking pictures and on a scooter and
So, Your Honor, the headphones were
you
around
look
my
up
neck,
and you
just
see
like
this
they were
horse
today.
charging.
Yes. So, I mean,
Okay.
even if I hadn't been able to hear her, it would have been the same scenario where I see her, I yell stop, you know, she doesn't hold back. And the horse came charging after me, and I hit my head on the ground.
How long have you known Mr. Black?
I've known Mr. Black for probably about a year now. See, I'm a very adventurous, outdoorsy person. I've always been that way. And so I went on social media, and I found this group called the Mountain Adventure Squad.
Okay.
And I read the description. They had similar goals to me. They wanted to hike all the peaks in the state, maybe a through hike in the future. Like, these are my goals too. This is a perfect group. So I messaged the leader, Dean Black here, and we talked for a while, and he seemed like a good dude. He is a good dude. And we just got together.
That's why you're suing me.
How did you end up starting this group?
So I've been hiking, shoot, the first time I went was with my daddy when I was like 5 years old. So I've been on the mountain, I've been in caves, I've been in rivers, I've been everywhere since I was about 5 years old. And I kind of, here recently, I really wanted to share my passion more with people. So
you live outdoors?
Yes, sir. So I decided to start me like a little group and find some people who kind of enjoying the same thing. And that's my mass group. Really enjoy it.
So, Mr. Richardson, what kind of adventures were you looking for? You mentioned hiking.
Hiking, climbing, all sorts of adventures, camping, anything that we could do to get us outside and to get us the thrill of an adventure, really.
So, Mr. Black, this was your adventure. You put this together, right?
That is correct, sir, yes.
Well, what were you all supposed to be doing out there?
I mean, really just having fun, observing nature, enjoying a hike. I don't know about all this danger talk, but yeah, we were out there just having fun, enjoying a hike.
Well, hiking around the mountains and doing things out in nature, there are dangers, right?
There are dangers, yes, sir, but controlled dangers is the way I would put it.
And
so, controlled dangers.
So, Mr. Richardson, what's the thrill for you?
The thrill? Your Honor, I don't know if you've ever been on top of a mountain. Here.
I'm acrophobic, so never.
No roller coasters, anything? Well, when you're that close to something that is as big as a mountain, it's just, you feel so small. It's almost like a pleasurable existentialism. It's just, you're so small and the world's so big, just gives you a visceral rush.
Really connects you with nature.
Connects you with nature.
That's what fishing does for me. I fish out of a ditch if I can. But I understand that connection with nature, but not on mountaintops. So how did your thrill for adventure turn into a nightmare?
Your Honor, we found a new peak that none of us have ever been on. And so we woke up 5 a.m. in the morning, drove 2 hours to this new mountain. We got there, hiked 3 miles up to the top, and when we got to the top, it was gorgeous. You can picture a better hiking day.
That's amazing.
It is unbelievable. You can really see some spectacular stuff.
Now, what are we looking at here? How are we getting this view?
That's pretty much where we were hiking. That's my nifty little drone here. And
okay, so you took this view from your drone?
Yes, sir.
Do you take your drone on these hikes often?
So recently just acquired this drone.
So when your drone is taking these views, where are you?
I'm down there. So I'm down here with everybody else.
So Mr. Richardson, what went wrong here?
So, Your Honor, if you could see on the screen, there's a tiny little dot in the middle up towards the top. That's where we are standing. And I was standing, we got to the top of the mountain. There's this boulder, probably 10, 15 feet high. And when you're on top of a mountain, you want to get to the very top of the mountain. And so,
because you need an extra 10 feet.
I made sure that this boulder was safe enough to climb. I know what I'm doing. I've rock climbed for years.
Did anybody else climb up there with you?
No, Your Honor.
No.
So you were kind of the guy seeking the summit peak.
Yes, yes.
When you're on the top of a mountain, you want to get as high as you can get.
So you climb up on this rock.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then what happened?
And then I was just taking in the breathtaking views, and as Dean said, he always takes pictures, and he had his newfangled drone this time. And so he's flying it around, and I'm standing, arms wide open. I do the regular pose, but I clearly cannot. And so I was standing arms wide open, just taking in the world and trying to get a cool picture. Why wouldn't I? We're on top of a mountain.
Well, this is a special moment.
It is a special moment. That's what I'm trying to say. And then
you could have enjoyed it from the ground with the rest of us.
Oh, why?
Do you get the same view? Do you get the same view down there on the ground with the rest of the people?
No, the feeling you get on top of the boulder is way more than you can experience if you're just on the ground. You want to get as high as you can.
So you're standing on top of the boulder like this,
yes,
right?
Your Honor.
You're taking in all that nature has to give you, and then what happens?
Exactly. Then Dean starts flying his drone closer to us. I assume to get a better angle of the picture. Like he's taken pictures before. He knows what he's doing. So I'm standing there.
You see the drone flying around?
I see the drone flying around. Yes. And so I'm standing there, arms wide open, waiting for the picture. And Then the drone keeps getting closer and closer, and I'm just thinking, all right, Dean, it's getting a little close. And then it just beelines right towards me, hits me right in the gut. I fell off a boulder on top of a mountain.
So you broke your arm, you jammed your thumb, you messed up your ankle, what else?
And my rotator cuff is torn.
Mr. Black, is that what happened?
That's kind of what happened, but I just want to go ahead and say I was not at all responsible for that incident in that way, because I was
not
so
responsible. Your drone knocked me over
the drone
off
was
the
in
boulder.
4th of July, how do you get there?
Well, Your Honor, I'm a web designer. I work around 60 hours a week from home. And I mean, I know that sounds like a lot, but I'm the first person to graduate college in my family, so it's kind of a big deal, you know? They really count on me to help them out financially when I can. And, you know, I ditched my car and I got me an electric bike so I could get out more on the weekends with my dog and just be more active.
Now, you take your dog with you on your bike?
He loves it.
Mr. Miller, July 4th, how do y'all meet? How do you get there?
Well, first off, I'm a college student. I'm actually getting my degree in chemical engineering. I am currently involved in a lot of community services. I build houses during the summer. So I love to hang out with my friends on the weekends, especially on 4th of July, where we get all of our friends and families together, and we just have a good time, Your Honor.
Okay, so this is kind of an annual thing you get together with your family and friends.
Yes.
Now, how do fireworks get into it?
I understand fireworks.
Okay.
I have used them every single year at every 4th of July, especially bottle rockets.
So you're the bottle rocket guy?
That's right.
Yeah, and he put my life in danger, setting off his bottle rocket, Your Honor.
So what happened?
I was going home to get back to work. Nice, you know, nice normal night like I always do, and I feel this heat on the right side of my face. I mean, it smelled like fire, and it felt like fire.
Okay.
My dog was going crazy, as if to alert me that, hey, we're both in danger here. So as far as I'm concerned, there was a torpedo coming at my face.
Okay.
So I turned my bike to dodge this bottle rocket, but instead I hit a car. And when I say I hit that pavement hard, it felt like a bus had ran into me, Your Honor.
So this bottle rocket almost hit you in the face?
In my face, Your Honor. So I wake up in the hospital with a splitting headache. I can barely think straight. I'm just convinced that every bone in my body is broken, Your Honor.
You submitted a video. This video is not of the bottle rocket that almost hit your head.
This is a demonstration to show how explosive they can be. This could have been me, Your Honor.
All right, let's look at it.
Coming at my face, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Miller, is that how those things... I know they're not supposed to hit a house, right?
That is completely mishandled, Your Honor.
Okay, but that's how they travel. They are like little torpedoes or rockets,
They
I guess,
can
right?
be, but you're supposed to shoot them up in the air, Your Honor.
So how does it go past her head unless she's skydiving?
I remember it going straight up in the air.
Well, when did you know that something bad had happened?
I heard this sound, probably exactly like that one when it hit that building. It sounded just like that, and then I heard her dog barking as well. We asked if she was okay, but she was unconscious. I called the ambulance.
You would know because you let it off on the street, like...
But
you can't
I have
Your Honor,
permission
he
to
let
be
off
there.
a bottle rocket near the street.
Why are you interrupting me?
Because you're paying your...
I'm going to do that all day as y'all get to talk to each other. The fireworks have already happened. They're not going to be in this courtroom today, okay? Well, why would she know that a bottle rocket's going to fly past her head?
Well, I think that she caused her own crash, Your Honor.
How's that? How do you say that?
She had a barking dog in the basket with her that could have completely been distracting
Your
her.
Honor, there was a...
You did have your dog with you, right? What is your dog is Buttons?
Buttons.
Okay. All right, that's Buttons?
Yeah.
He's a Frenchie.
Yeah.
And you took him with you that night?
Yeah, we go together all the time.
Now, when this bottle went past you, he also was startled?
He was alerting me. I mean, I knew it was going on, Your Honor, but he was startled as well.
He was barking the entire time I had him.
It doesn't matter. There was a torpedo coming at my head.
Dogs bark,
An
right?
explosive torpedo.
Right?
He was completely out of control, which could have caused the distraction, Your Honor.
So you think that maybe Miss Stewart crashed into that car because her dog was out of control?
Had I not reacted, your bottle rocket could have hit me in the face.
I made sure you got to the hospital.
Mr. Miller, let's talk about your bottle rocket. Those things are moving fast. You saw that video, right? This thing is a rocket. That's why they call it that.
Exactly.
I mean, that went by her head. Mm-hmm. Okay, what's the first thing on your mind when you open your eyes in the hospital?
I mean, how did I get here is the first thing on my mind. I just know that I was in pain, like So much pain, I can't even describe it to you. The doctors have me on every medication now to alleviate the pain, and it doesn't really help. My life was turned upside down by this accident. Like, I can't work right now.
It was
I
an
can't
accident.
hike.
That's the thing. It was an accident.
Excuse me.
Just an act of God, or?
It is just a fact of nature that accidents happen all the time.
And I could have died.
So these forces come together, a bottle rocket goes off, it's no one's fault. She hits the car, it's no one's fault. She ends up in the hospital, it's no one's fault, and this is all just a nullity.
Yes, Your Honor.